Hi guys, welcome back to Football Manager 2023 with me, your host KJM. Welcome back to my epic quest across Europe where we're trying to win the top flight division in every European nation in the game. Currently in nation number 12, I believe, which is Bulgaria. Currently the manager of Beroe, where we're having a fantastic season, overachieving massively. Obviously we'll have a run through that. We've also, as you may notice in the top right corner, it's January, so it's transfer window time. So there are some new signings. Before I get into that though, guys, I normally save this for the end of the video, but I'm going to stick it in at the start as well. If you're enjoying what you've seen, what you do see, please remember to hit that thumbs up button. It does help me out immensely, and I greatly appreciate it. Also, if you're not subscribed and you do enjoy the channel, stuff like that, then give me a subscribe as well. There's also a link in the description to my Twitter if you want to come and follow over there. I do post updates about the save and obviously new episodes on Twitter. So yeah, do that for me guys if you can. Right, moving on. I've forgotten to turn this off again. It does look like I might be using it, but just, you know, in-game editor used is 100% no. This is something I'm working on. Again, in the background, it's another sort of something new for me. It's an experiment that I'm going to do, or possibly already done by the time this video comes out. We'll see. This video, like some of you may know already, I do record quite far in advance. I do work full time. I do have a family as well, a wife and 3 children. So it's currently the 6th of April as the time I'm recording this. Episode number 70 came out today. This is episode number 97. So that gives you some idea of how far ahead in advance I do record to what I upload. It just gives me a chance to get through it. If I keep myself ahead, then I'm not worrying about I need to get a video done, get it out tomorrow. You know, it's just part of the thing of working full time. But let's get into it though, guys. We'll start off with the transfers, and there has been quite a few. I've been and raided Estoril basically in terms of bringing some players in. In fact, that's all I've done. I've raided Estoril. Maria Teresa Rodas has come in. He is a right winger. Very strong left foot, strong left foot. Quite excited to see what he can do. I think he's touch and go whether he's better than Ivan Hristov. But, you know, it's a bit of squad rotation. 21-year-old. He doesn't cost us anything. You know, no wages, anything like that. He has actually played one and got an assist in the opening, his first game with a 7.7. So he's, you know, justifies bringing him in straight away. Denis Minzat is a striker. Can also play on that right-hand side, but he is predominantly a striker. He's very, very good as an advanced forward, and quite looking forward to see what he can do. You can see, again, he's got a goal in his opening appearance. He's consistent, which is great. He's considered a good player for most First League sides, which, again, is absolutely fantastic. Quite excited by Dennis. Again, 18 years old. He's got lots and lots of potential. You know, he's going to be a great player for somebody. George Steventon is another one. He's a striker. Again, more of a poacher than an advanced forward. But again, he's very, very capable of playing in that position. Just lacks a bit of consistency. But another 21-year-old, he's still got some potential to fill as well. He's another one who's going to do quite well for somebody in the future, whether it's Beroe or Estoril or whatever. And then Belchior Foles is coming in as a defensive midfielder. He's come in as a defensive midfielder on defend, and that's because when we loaned the other guy, this guy, Erin Adelsberger, I forgot to set the loan to the end of the season, so he's gone back to Estoril, and he didn't want to extend it either. So it's a straight swap basically, one Estoril player for another. So he's come in. Delsberger's gone back. The new guy's come in. There's been a few outs as well, mostly sort of fringe players. Nobody of note's gone out really. There's been a few go out on loan, fringe players, stuff like that, like I say. Now, as for how we've done, last time you were here was the 1-1 draw against the defending champions in Levski, which is absolutely fantastic. We have lost a few. We've lost 3 of those games, unfortunately, 3 out of the 6 that we've played. So we have fallen away from sort of the top 3. Really, but we still are in 4th position in the league, which is absolutely fantastic. We followed that game up against Levski, against Lokomotiv Sofia. We drew 0-0. It was a very boring game. A very boring game. I'm glad I'm glad it's gone. Really, loads and loads of yellow cards for us. Those suspensions are becoming a little bit of an issue. Thankfully, though, we did pick up 3 points in the next game against Litex. Mikov with a double and Marvin Toms from the penalty spot in a game in which we thoroughly deserved to win. Their goalkeeper had an absolute appalling game. We've played really, really well. 3-0, quite happy with that. But then, one of the losses came against our rivals in Botev, Plodiv. Unfortunately, we did. Well, they thrashed us, really. It wasn't a good game of football at all. It looks like we had a lot of opportunities. In fact, we did have a lot of opportunities. They didn't thrash us. They FM'd us. They FM'd us. Krastev and Kelling with the goals for Botev. Very poor. It was very poor. It was 3-0 after 19 minutes, and we just didn't get back into the game. We've hit the woodwork twice. We've had loads and loads of shots. They've had 3 and they've all gone in, which is disappointing. So after failing to register a goal in that one, we then put 6 past the next opponents in a Belasica. We'll go with Belasica. Nedelchev scored an own goal for Belasica. Milev and Zhalev with the goals for them as well, but we put 6 of our own away. Mikov with a double. Hristev, Toms from the penalty spot again. Sonshev got 1 and Nedelchev got his own 1 back as well to cancel out his own goal. We limited them to 2 shots on targets and they've scored 3 goals, which, is crazy, isn't it? But we've had 7 ourselves on target and we've scored 6 of them. It was a great performance. Disappointing to concede the 3 though, but still it's 3 points on the board. It's a good win for us. We then lost 2 in a row and the first one was against Ludogorets and they absolutely thumped us. Hristev did get 1 for us. Spazov was sent off in the 11th minute though, which made it really, really hard. Obviously Spazov is the right fullback. Georgiev, Milinov and Sashev with the goals for Ludogorets though. Not good. They had an XG of 4.82. You can see just how much they dominated the game. Spazov being sent off didn't help. Patev had a poor game. Hristov's gone off injured as well. And so, in fact, we had 2 injuries. Mikov and Hristov have both gone off injured. So, player-wise, we're a little bit short. And then this one was disappointing as well to lose to Pirin Blagovgrad. They are the team who currently sit in 5th position in the table, so they're just behind us. It would have been really nice to win this one. But they were 2 up after 25 minutes through Hristov and Stamatov before Nikolai Bastonov got 1 back for us late on in the second half. We didn't deserve to lose. We should have won, really. We really should have won. Their goalkeeper had a good game, though, did Stoyanov. So that's where we're up to, guys. We've come back. In fact, no, it's not where we're up to. There's another one. We've had the winter break. We've had 2 friendlies. And we've come back and we've beaten Hibar, who I think are bottom of the league. We've beaten them comfortably 3-0. Toms, Minzat and Sonshev with the goals in another dominant performance. So that's where we're at. And we do currently still sit in 4th position in the table. We have lost ground to the top 3, 6 points behind 2nd and 3rd. Ludogorets are gone. They've gone now. We're only the 2 points ahead of the chasing pack behind us, though, in Slavia Sofia. We've conceded far too many goals, basically. Ludogorets have put 8 past us this season. And our form for the last couple of seasons has been largely because we've scored a lot, which we have with the top scorers in the league, but we've stopped conceding. But that's not happening here at Beroe. We are still conceding. But still, 18 games on the board, 32 points to show for it, which is fantastic for a team who's predicted to finish where we're predicted to finish, which was down somewhere near the bottom, 12th place. You've got to remember we are newly promoted. With the loan signings I've brought in, I have lowered our odds to 51, so we're back in with this group here. But we're ahead of all of them. We're only behind these 3, which is great. So today's opponents are going to be CSKA Sofia. They are currently sat in 3rd position in the table. We're a little bit early in terms of our 2/3, but I wanted to come back against somebody reputable, as it were. So it is CSKA Sofia today. I've got 1 place on the bench which I need to fill, which I'm going to fill with Slyev, I think. So today's lineup, obviously barring any injuries and suspensions we've got, which it doesn't look like we've got any, which is great in terms of first team players. So it's going to be Kupanov continuing goal. He's okay, is Kupanov, at 28 years old. He's possibly one who's going to get replaced next season if we are still here. But Spazov is in as the right fullback. He's now totally comfortable playing there. He's actually pretty good as well. is the 19-year-old Bulgarian. Nedelchev, one of the centre-backs here, the man on loan from Ludogorets, he is declining as a footballer. It shows he's declining here, but he's still pretty decent. Bastanov, again, decent player. Maybe not quite up to the standard that we need him to be up to win the league, but he'll do for now. Bar is going to play as the left back today. He is, I believe, possibly... No, he's not. There's bids coming in for him at the end of his contract, which does expire in the summer. I don't think I'm going to be renewing it. He's getting on a bit now. I tend not to like older players, to be honest. Lubinov comes in in the midfield. This is one of the defensive midfielders. I'm actually quite impressed with Ilyan Lubinov. He's actually a pretty decent player. And he's getting my trust today, playing as one of the Segundo Volantes. I've never changed his training though for whatever reason, but he's got loads of pros, which is fantastic. He's 19 years old. He's got loads of potential to fill. Physicals are really good, so hoping he can do that. Foles is one of the ones who's coming in from Estoril, the Portuguese man. He's obviously defensive midfielder on defend for today. Tom's on loan from our old club, Voluntari. Again, gets the nod today. Just out of interest, how are Voluntari doing? They're currently 5th. They've fallen off quite some way since I last checked up on them. They were in 2nd behind Cluj, so they have fallen off quite a bit, to be fair. Unfortunately, only 9 wins from 23 games. That's shocking. Okay. We've not left them in a good place, then, have we? Really? Not something I like to do. I like to leave my teams in a better place. Left-hand side is still Sonchev. He still here, 19-year-old again, still got loads of potential to fill. Quite pleased with him. He's had a decent season. 8 assists and 4 goals and 16 appearances is pretty good. Rodas, one of the other Portuguese, comes in on the right-hand side today. Looking forward to see what he can do throughout the season. Hristev's not had a bad season, 6 goals and 2 assists. But if Rodas is better than Hristev, then why not play him? Minzat is going to get the nod up top today. The young Romanian, again, got 1 goal in his 1 game. So that's the lineup for today, guys. Hopefully we can take all 3 points at home to CSKA Sofia. That would be fantastic. Try and keep that chasing pack behind us. Keep them behind us, basically. That would be... obviously, that's the aim for the season. I think 4th is probably the best that we can hope for this season. I'd really like to not finish any lower than that if I can help it. We are massively overachieving here in Bulgaria. We shouldn't be anywhere near the top 4, but we are, so we're doing a good job. It's icy outside. It's January. Hopefully that doesn't affect the players too much. And we can take the fight to CSKA Sofia. That's all I can ask, really, isn't it? As 20 minutes on the clock, we get our first highlight, and it is a Kupanov taking the goal kick. Minzat doesn't win it, though, and here comes Sofia. It's well tackled, though, by a combination of Foles and Lubinov, looking for Minzat. He doesn't get there ahead of Nenov, though. Sonchev does well to win the ball back. Now it's Lubinov again, striding forward into the opposition third. Feeds Bar on the left-hand side. Can he pull the ball across? He can. It's blocked, though. Thomas picks it up. Comes back to Foles. Into Lubinov again. Looking for some support. Finds Foles. All the way back to Nedelchev. Again, striding forward. He's got the runner. No, comes back to Foles instead. Lubinov. Nice little build-up of play. Minzat here, possibly offside. Doesn't matter anyway because the keeper saved it. It was a good save. Minzat really should be doing better there, one-on-one with the keeper. But that's encouraging from Beroe. And we're at it again with Sonchev. Deep free kick. It's not too far away. The goalkeeper was scrambling. Probably thinks he had it covered, to be honest. As now CSKA come forward. 35 on the clock. And they're passing the ball around well. Passed it in little triangles around us. Kopchev advancing down left-hand side, though. Comes back. He gets it back again from his teammates. Good ball in, but it's easily cut out by Nedelchev. Now Foles looking to get his way. Sonchev picks it up. Needs some support, though. Got Bar outside of him. Bar into the opposition half. Looks forward. That's just, what on earth was that? What was that? Come on, guys. Good tackle, though, by Lubinov. Now Minzat is in. Minzat puts the ball in the back of the net. Having been fed by Rodas, it was great work by Lubinov. I think we're going to get an offside check here, though. There's a possibility that Minzat was offside, or maybe even Rodas. It's been awarded, though, which is great. Lubinov with some really, really good pressing in the opposition third here wins that challenge. Rodas feeds Minzat. Yeah, he's been played onside by this man here, the number 5. And we find ourselves 1-0 up against a third place CSKA Sofia, which is fantastic. That closes the gap behind them to just the 3 points. So I'm saying that 4th is probably the best we can hope for. Maybe if we beat Sofia and they have a couple of bad results, then maybe we can push on a bit into 3rd place. Sonchev goes diving in again. With red cards have been a thing for us here in Bulgaria. All of my players anyway, seem to want to kill the opposition. We've had a lot of suspensions. As Bastinov brings that down out the air, what's he done? What on earth was that, Bastinov? You can't do that with the ball there. Come on, son. Thankfully, we've got into half-time, though, and we've been the better team. We have been the better team against CSKA Sofia. Personally, for me, growing up as an Englishman, CSKA Sofia is a name that I've heard throughout the years in regards to European football. Obviously, not knowing anything about Bulgarian football, I've heard of Ludogorets and CSKA Sofia, and that's about it. But CSKA Sofia, I've heard of them a lot over the years growing up. So they are a big team in Bulgaria, and we're beating them with newly promoted Beroe, which is great. We've just got to hold on to it, though. Sonchev is not having the best of games on the left-hand side. We're going to change him in a minute. We do have to defend this free kick, though. It's a good one, but thankfully it's gone over the bar. Kupinov probably thinks he had it covered. Hristev can play on the left-hand side, so we're going to get him on. We're also going to bring Minzat off and get Steventon on. See if just some fresh legs, really. And Kupinov, with the goal kick, goes long. Minzat wins that in the air, though. Sonchev, Malbar, all the way back to Bastinov. Foles feeding Lubinov. He's well tackled by Petkov, though, but can we get the ball back? We can't. It's gone to Spirov. 2 of our players surround him, but he finds Kopchev striding forward, still going with the ball. Karangabalov, Bar steps in, wins that one, though. Can he get there instead? Again, no, he can't. Lack of pace for the old man there. It's a good ball in. Nice, comfortable save in the end for Kupinov, though. 20 minutes for us to hold on. Into injury time, we're still holding on. Foles feeds that one forward. Nedelchev gets his head to it, but it's gone just over the bar. We just need the clock to tick down now. Full-time whistle, there it is. What a great win. What a great win for Beroe. To the team just above us, we've halved the gap to them, which is absolutely fantastic. There it is then, guys. Great win after the winter break. 2/3 of the way through the season as well. And with that victory over CSKA Sofia, we have, like I say, closed the gap to them to the 35 to 3 points, 35 to 38. It's been a great season here at Beroe. We're now 5 points clear of the teams behind us with a far superior goal difference over them. Which is great. I think there's possibly only 3 teams who could comfortably beat us in this division, and that's the 3 teams above us. Although we've just beaten one of them, but yeah, great result, guys. And we're going to come back again at the end of the season. It's probably going to be around about here. We may even do Botev Plodiv. They are obviously our local rival. They did beat us 3-0 at our place. It would be nice to get one back on them. It's not too far away. Bearing in mind the league does split as well after the preliminary phase. So we'll see exactly what happens. But I'm going to go away now, play up possibly to the Botev game, see where we're at. Guys, thank you very much for watching. As always, please do remember to hit that like button, though. If you're still here, I said it at the start of the episode, but if you're still here, please remember to do it for me. It does make a massive difference to me. Even it just puts a smile on my face, even if it's just for that. But guys, thank you, and I will see you all in the next episode. Cheers, guys.